Good evening to the two of you.
Good evening.
We
Evening.
are a smaller crew this week, but not a diminished one. Couple of our players can't make it, but since the two of you have been captured and separated from the rest of the group anyway, I figure this is a good opportunity to really explore what happens when you get captured by a cult.
I get to meet a leprechaun?
I mean, how you interpret what you see is up to you. Last week, you split up. Your friends went to go look at some stuff we don't care about right now. The two of you went to Henson Manufacturing, where you know that Gavigan and the Penhew Foundation have had some mysterious business. They paid to have a safe installed there. Apparently are somehow involved in the industrial manufacturing taking place in that plant. What's being manufactured? What's in the safe? All of these are things you were trying to explore, but unfortunately, the foreman caught on to your plans and took you captive.
Okay.
And when we left off last week, you were being blindfolded, not last week, but recently, you were blindfolded, gagged, had your arms tied behind your back, and you're tossed into the back of a box truck. Travis, why don't you go ahead and say hi and tell us who you are?
Hello, I'm playing Theodore Oswald. Talker extraordinaire.
Yes, and telekinesis attempter.
Attempt heavily.
And Terry?
Hi, I'm Terry. I play as James. I am the nerd, the historian, mainly of Egyptian stuff. Going to be the lead in the Egyptians.
Yeah. Yeah, if we make it to the Egypt
if
chapter...
I make it out of here, I will be in the lead just from that one tablet I read. The medic, and right now currently blindfolded, gagged, and tied up in the back of a box truck.
So, for some time, it's going to just be dark, and you can't really communicate with each other. Do you have any attempts you want to make, or are you going to just kind of ride this out?
Am I hogtied?
Hogtied, no. Your legs are
No.
free.
Don't
But your
kick
arms
my
are
toes.
tied pretty tightly behind your back.
Would I have heard a latch or something?
Yes, you would have heard the door shutting and being latched shut.
Would I have heard anyone else in here?
Make a listen roll.
Alright.
We have a skill just for that. Okay.
Gotta get the bad rolls out the way.
So, initially, you don't know. Like, if we're assuming that you've just been tossed in the truck and it's just pulling out onto the road, you don't know who else might be in the back of the truck with you.
Mm-hmm. Am I gagged?
Yes.
Yes.
You can neither speak nor see.
What if I try to put my arms in front of me, like under my butt, under my legs?
Let's see.
You think you're that skilled?
What do you see that you think would work for that?
Dex?
Yeah, I'm checking for skills first, but I'm not sure if there is one. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, let's call it a hard dex check to get your bound arms down below your legs in front of you.
Gotta get the hard rolls out the way.
Yeah, so you are going to quickly find that no, they have apparently done this before and are not in the habit of letting people move their arms around their bodies.
I'm just gonna stop rolling.
All right. James, are you going to be trying anything in this initial period here?
I guess I'll try and move my leg. I guess try and feel my surrounding.
Gonna
Try
kind
and-
of kick around and try to get a sense of the area?
Not kick too hard because one, I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't know where Theodore is.
Okay. So yeah, you can...
Like if he's next to me, I don't want to kick him.
Okay. Well,
Yet.
eventually you're being careful, so you're not gonna hurt him. But eventually, yeah, you do like feel your foot pressing flesh, and in another direction you feel a hard steel wall. There don't. Without taking a very long time to explore, you're not going to have a great sense of whether there's anything else in the truck with you, as in like benches or. But as far as you can tell, in this initial period here, it's just an empty box truck with the two of you in it.
Listen, I've tried.
And there is a little bit of stop and go traffic here. It is.
I'm
So-
going to go and try and push myself a little bit towards the person
Okay.
that I kind of feel with my leg, and try and push myself towards them.
Okay. That shouldn't be an issue. You're still kind of rolling around a little bit as so traffic patterns are much more chaotic in this period than they are today.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to when you're speeding up or slowing down. But yeah, if you just keep working at it, eventually you can get your legs against the wall and shove yourself over to the other person here.
Do I hear a reaction?
Well,
I'll thrash around a little bit.
yeah, so there might be a grunt or something, but there's no intelligible response, and yeah, the other person starts thrashing around a little bit. But it does not grab you or anything.
Since my hands are behind my back, since I'm trying to push my back kind of towards them, am I able to kind of like move my hands a little bit
Not a
and
whole
see?
lot.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
How far can I find his hands?
Well, this is
Right.
going to go on
Try,
for a
try
while.
and like work up a little bit and see if I can get like what kind of knot it is.
Let's see something. How about we have Travis? Are you gonna catch on to what he's doing and try to work together here?
I'll help.
Well, I'm just asking. I'm not telling you.
I mean, I'm not sure what's happening, and I'm not fighting back.
Okay. So for you to try to figure out where each other's hands are and try to mess around with the ropes, this is going to take a while, and I'm going to want you both to roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Where's my sleight of hand?
I think
Oh,
yours
never
was
mind,
still
I see it.
alphabetical.
Just 10 to 6 if you want.
Well,
You don't have to.
let's be clear here. That's going to let you find his hands. It's not going to let you like untie it.
No.
So if that's worth the 6 points to you, that's entirely up to you. I just don't want you to have a false idea of where it's going to get you.
On. Does he still has to roll as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, go ahead, Travis. If you're
Hopefully,
Okay.
maybe you have a more of a successful roll.
Okay. So, to be honest, it does not look like you can feel your fingers around, touch each other's hands, but the main thing that you confirm is that these ropes are really tightly tied around your arms.
And I'm gonna stop trying.
All right. You're just going to settle back a little bit.
There's not much I can do. I'm just gonna kind of lean back.
So, you don't have any good way to judge how long this goes on for. After a while, the stop and go traffic seems to cut out, and you're just driving along at what feels like a pretty decent speed without stopping very often anymore. And I'm going to say that you can work out that you've left the city at this point. And again, no light, no watch, no real way to judge the passage of time. It just goes on for what feels like an extremely long time. And then the truck stops. The engine cuts off. And you hear people come around the back and start opening up the doors.
I'm not going to do anything.
All right.
I'm just going to sit there.
Yeah, they're going to grab you both kind of by the legs because that's what's closest. And they'll drag you back to the back of the truck. And
Alright.
they're not being like hospital orderlies, but they're going to help you down onto the ground. They're not just tossing you onto your faces or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you each feel hands on your shoulders and pressure on your backs to make you walk forward.
I'll comply.
All right.
I'll also comply. Try and maybe walk a little bit faster so they're not doing as much pressure on my back.
Okay. You head up a slight incline, up a slight hill. Then you find yourselves walking up a short flight of stairs around some sort of corridor, then down a long flight of stairs. So they're stopping every so often. Like at the top of the stairs, they stop you, and they tell you you're gonna have to step down now. And they go slowly with you, so that they're not just shoving you down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Then both of you are going to be stopped. You're going to feel a knife come out and cut the ropes off of your wrists. And then a sharp shove on your backs. You'll stumble forward into a stone wall.
Alright.
And you hear doors closing behind you.
I'm going to go and reach and take off the blindfold.
All right.
I'll do the
You
same.
do that. You start to make out your surroundings. You are both in these small stone rooms. Iron bars on the one wall that isn't made of stone. And if you look, large metal locks on the doors.
I can't move my character at all.
I can't see.
So,
Move now.
oh, I made you blind again for some reason. Let me fix that. Let me see. Travis, you should have control, so let me just make sure what's going on. Okay, there we go. Try it again.
Yeah.
Alright.
The door seems to be locked.
Yeah, you can grab it, rattle it around. It's definitely locked.
I'm gonna now finally take off the gag. So I can talk.
Go for it.
Theodore, what's our plan?
Well, Step 1, escape.
How?
You hear a sharp laugh, a cynical laugh in the dungeon when you say that.
Was someone else there?
James, in the cell next to you, you're going to hear a kind of timid English voice say, "Yes, there's a couple of us down here."
How long have you guys been down here?
They got me about a week ago. I don't know about the big guy. They just brought him in a couple of days ago, but I've seen him. He works for them. I wouldn't...
What big guy?
James, you can actually see what
Let's
looks
see, I
like an enormous pair of legs sitting in a corner in the cell north of Theodore.
I'm just gonna point to Theodore and just say, I think he's over there.
Yeah, I'm afraid you can't move around too much, Theodore. I appreciate that you're like going stir crazy in there.
I'm plotting. I'm scheming.
Okay.
Is there anything on these floors?
What do you mean by anything on these floors? What are you looking for?
Is it just dirty floors? Is there anything of interest?
Oh, you're gonna really go to town searching the floors?
I'm gonna search every nook and cranny.
All right.
You're gonna really try and find something. You're gonna go and take like a little hairpin and try and break the line.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna feel around on the floor. So it's wet and damp in here, and in one of the corners, there's actually the floor is a little like scooped out, like worn away, eroded, and there's a puddle of water. When you feel around inside the water, you find a slimy leather wallet.
What's inside the wallet?
There are a few pounds, just like a couple, and a warrant card, like a police identification card for Inspector Gregory Munden.
I'll pocket both of those.
Okay. It's good to have evidence on you of an apparently missing cop, in case you find the police again.
Exactly. Was there mud at the bottom of it?
Mud? No, it's just eroded stone.
Eroded stone.
Yeah.
All right, so this is wood, or not wood, stone.
Yes.
That's what they say. Stone, concrete. This is something.
I empty your pockets. What do you have?
What I have?
Yeah, what do you have?
A butterfly knife. That's it. Maybe some money. My wallet.
You, person over there. What's your name?
I'm Conrad.
Conrad? All right, Conrad. We're gonna get out of here, all right?
Well,
I once again ask you, how do you have a plan right now?
It's in the works. I'm workshopping it a little bit. I can't just unveil a plan without...
It's what you
all the
said
proper...
last time, and look where it got us.
Yeah, I got us a step closer to solving this mystery. Tell me I'm wrong. Hmm?
Let's say yes, you're in a way correct, but it also got us closer to possibly meeting my parents and not actually, getting to actually see them alive. We would meet them dead. Stop looking at me like that.
I'm thinking. I'm working here. What kind of doors are these? Like old timey jail cell?
Pretty much. They are iron bars.
What kind of locks do they have on them?
Big metal padlocks.
I'm not gonna try and shove my butterfly knife in it, but would it even fit?
Well, the tip of it would fit in there.
But it wouldn't go far.
Yeah, not too far, and to be honest, a butterfly knife isn't really useful for picking a lock. If you could get good leverage and try to break it somehow, I'm not saying that would be impossible, but wouldn't be easy.
I'm gonna point to Conrad. Conrad, new friend. What you got in your pockets?
Not a lot. I've got some old tram tickets. They took everything from me already.
It's a good thing I left the books at the hotel with my
Let's
luggage.
see.
Last thing I want is them having that. The scroll, importantly.
How sturdy are these bars?
I mean, they're sturdy. They're iron.
They're sturdy.
bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
sturdy.
They're iron.
Any rust? This place
Uh,
doesn't look like it's well maintained.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some rust building up on the surface of the bars, but they're not that old that they're rusted through.
Conrad, you English? You
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You clearly aren't. What did you do to them?
We're investigating a friend's death. And Hey, Conrad, do you know anything about a white spider?
I hope you have friends to investigate your death.
Oh, I don't have to worry about that for a while. I'm still young.
Yeah, he says, no, I don't know anything about a white spider. Did you see one?
No.
You're going to hear a snort from the other cell. The guy's going to say, he knows nothing.
What you know, friend?
I know we should make the best of the time we have left.
That's what I'm doing.
You are annoying me, taking away my peace.
Come on, we're all friends here, right?
Not hard.
I mean, what's the term? Jailhouse? Or is that, like... No, I don't feel like that's the right one.
We are all on the chopping block.
Well, then let's see that the captors get there first, you know? What's your name, friend? My name is Theodore.
Yeah, Conrad's
That's
gonna say,
Conrad.
I told
James.
you he works for them.
Well, he seems to know a bit more of what's going on.
He's the one who put me
Better
in
than
here.
nothing.
Conrad, I need you to calm down a little bit. Friend, what's your name?
We don't have a need for names down here. That
All right,
time is all
Nameless.
in the past.
It's nice to meet you, Nameless.
Hope you don't mind, but may I ask why are you down here?
Because they don't pay so good. And I thought I would take just a little something to help myself. And that Gavigan, he does not like that.
No, he doesn't.
Very jealous of his things.
Tell me, Conrad, what would be the first thing you do if you got out?
Leave and never come anywhere near London again.
You wouldn't want any vengeance, or
No.
treat these captives or
I
these wrongdoers to justice.
I might talk to the police. Mostly, I just don't want to be here.
Hey, I don't think any of us want to be here, but buddy. But with the time we have left, as you say, we best spend it wisely and try to get out, right? No use sitting around and waiting for the inevitable.
All right, just grab the keys and we'll be out of here. That's what I thought.
Sometimes, Theodore, you really do just walk into these.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get him. Don't you worry.
Well, with the little weird hand movements that you've been doing back at that office.
Listen. Just.
What is that about? What is the whole little? What are you trying to do?
Buddy. Just trust me. We're gonna get out of this okay. Gotta keep a positive attitude.
Yeah, you're right. There are still 3 others out there.
So I'm going to try to lay on my back and kick at the door.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at my floors, kind of do what he did earlier.
All right. You find that your side is apparently a little higher, and doesn't the water's not settling down there and eroding the stone at all. So there is some filth on the ground. It's still a little bit damp. There's still small puddles, but there's nothing hidden in here. And Theodore, you can lie on your back and start kicking at the door, and eventually, the big guy's name is Jean. You'll find that out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he comes over to his door and he shakes it and rattles it and he yells at you to knock it off.
Buddy, I understand you're trying to be intimidating, but I'm trying to get out. I'm doing something. I don't know what you're doing, so this has got to be a team effort.
If you're curious, what I will do when I get out, it is throttle you.
Do you have the key?
He's quiet.
Do I get a better look at him?
Yeah. He is probably 6.5 feet tall. Pretty broad as well. If you can't tell by my terrible, whatever European accent, he's French.
Nameless.
Question.
Oh wait, no.
I'm gonna point at him. And I want to say, question for you. Say we get out, or say we try and get out, and you join us, or I don't know if you do or don't. You're mostly doing. You're trying to make money, right?
Yes. I was never devout.
Hey, Frenchie, what if we hired you?
It's about. I was also thinking that exactly.
This might be a little bit too
We have
soon.
money, although not on us right now.
Yes, you have your parents' allowance, yes?
Oh, we got a bit more than that.
We have more than that.
Well, when you have it, let me know.
But we're never gonna get that if we can't get out. I don't know. It would be nice if you had any. Have you tried anything? Have you thought of any ideas?
I am pretty familiar with this place. No, I have no ideas.
Do you at least have an
I
idea
think
of their
perhaps
their
when they come
routines?
when they come to take me, I will fight them.
Do you have an idea of how long it will be before they come and take you?
If it is the grand ritual, no more than a week. If it is one of the lesser rites, could be any day.
Sounds like some cult stuff.
Yes, where do you think we are? Do you think this is the police station?
No, but you know,
Yes, this is a cult.
I'm gonna look at Theodore and say, we really did just walk in here without fucking guns,
found
didn't we?
their home base. We keep a positive mindset, like Frenchie over here. He wanted to, when he gets out, he wants to throttle me. That means he wants to get out. Ain't that right, buddy?
He shakes his cage again.
The more you instigate him, it's
Hey, it could go either way. We'll find out. But to be honest, there is not a whole lot you can do with this cell besides make conversation with your new companions. And it's going to be... You're going to hear... It's pretty dark down here. You can make each other out, but there's not a whole lot of light. You can't make out the end of the hall. But you can... Every so often you do hear people walking past and doing things down there. Finally, after a few hours, several cultists, people dressed actually in weird cult robes, come and open up your cells, and there's 2 for each of you.
ooh,
All 4 of us?
Just the 2 of you.
no, just us.
Yeah, the 2 people who have been here are left alone for now. They are each carrying pretty vicious-looking clubs. And they're going to, like...
We're gonna comply with them.
Yeah, they're gonna... Unless you choose to try to fight, they're going to push you along. Unlock your doors here. Pull you out through them.
I'll give a little whistle as I walk past.
Yeah, you get your first sight of him, and perhaps you like how you choose to react to it is up to you. But maybe in the back of your mind, you think about the wisdom of antagonizing him too much. But they lead you down to the end of that hallway and into a. So it's not really a study, but there is a desk, and surrounding these walls are artifacts. There are some statues.
Do I recognize any of them?
Well, there's
Not recognize any of them. Do they at all look Egyptian?
some of the statues absolutely look Egyptian, and actually, I would like you to make a history roll. History or archaeology, whichever one you got.
Dang.
They're both the same. No! Shot!
Just spend 11 at the very like. Don't listen to me unless you really want to.
I'm not spending that. That insults me.
Okay, so you do see what's clearly an image of a pharaoh, carved out of ebony. Like, it is pure black, and there's not a whole lot of light down here, but it's like glinting off of it, shining white on this black surface of a pharaoh's bust. There is a larger bust of a pharaoh carved out of marble. This is the top half of a wooden statue of a crocodile-headed man. There are tablets in here. But you're going to keep glancing around because besides all of the statues, there is a rack in here, as in the medieval torture device. There are thumb screws on the wall. There are tongs and pincers, knives. There's an Iron Maiden, which isn't even a real thing. It's something that they made up in the late 1800s for museums, but he's got one.
I have to say, the atmosphere is very gloomy here, man. Gotta bring some light into this place.
Yes, and as you're looking around the room, you glance over. This is Edward Gavigan you're talking to when you say this.
Oh yeah, I figured.
He's writing something in a ledger on the desk, and when you speak to him, he holds up one finger over his shoulder, and he goes back to writing.
How are you two doing? Like, you doing okay? Did you guys eat?
You're getting nothing from him.
Oh, come on.
He's going to make you stand there for a moment longer, and you can keep smart talking the whole time if you want to.
I'm going to try to agitate one of these cultists
Okay, how?
to get him to like. I'm gonna talk off. I'm gonna talk not loud enough, so then like I'm disturbing him. But I'm gonna try to get one of the cultists to just like shut up.
Okay. Let's call that a fast talk. You're trying to manipulate him. Yeah. Yeah, you irritate the hell out of this man. And finally, he just, like, loudly, not quite shouting, but way too loud for this small, echoey room, he says, "Will you shut up?" And Gavin coughs loudly, closes his pen, and turns around and glares at the man in the rope, who immediately goes quiet. And Gavin is going to say, "Mr. Oswald, Mr. Reed."
What's up?
Gavin, good.
I'm very glad that you're the two who have chosen to join us here.
Oh yeah, it's quite a lovely place. Kind of meals to what can I expect out of curiosity?
I gotta say,
Mm-hmm.
I do like the pharaohs.
Ah, yes, the black
One's
pharaoh.
made out of marble, and that one is ebony.
Yes, yes. These are pretty old, Mr. Reed. Pretty old.
Yes.
And I feel like, well, I consider myself an educator. And I do appreciate having young minds to mold into proper manners and a proper education. You will learn, Mr. Reed, over the coming months, more about the Black Pharaoh more than the legends contain.
Do I get to learn as well?
Oh yes.
Oh, sweet.
I'm going to teach both of you everything you need to know.
When's our first lesson begin?
Well, I think it's best to start the lessons immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Turns back to his desk, and on it there is a velvet pillow on which there are two scepters crossed. One of the scepters has a crook on the end of it, the other has an ankh on the end of it.
An ankh?
Yeah, the Egyptian cross.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
James is gonna go and kind of like mutter, an ankh?
Oh yes, these are symbols of my priesthood. And they have many uses in different situations, but at this moment, they're going to be tools of your education. And he's going to stand up in the middle of the room. And first he's going to face Theodore. And he's going to take these two scepters and go like this and stand holding them crossed over his chest. And he's going to begin chanting. James, you know ancient Egyptian. And you've obviously never heard a native speaker, because it's an extinct language. But he speaks fluently. You get the impression that this isn't necessarily how the average Egyptian would have spoken, but it's more like modern Catholic clergy speaking in Latin. It's a liturgical language here. And he is chanting, but he's saying things to the effect of, "Open their minds, Lord. Let them see as I see. Let them see through your eyes."
Is this where I make a POW roll?
Yes, this is where we're going to make opposed power rolls.
Okay. I got strong-willed, so I'll get an extra D10.
Alright, this first one is specifically against Theodore. He's going to have to make a separate roll against James.
Alright.
Let me make his roll. Okay.
Rip.
Hold on. I think I did that backwards. No. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I have no luck. I just have no luck at all.
Well, the funny thing is, every single thing that Victor does, no matter how ridiculous, he succeeds at it. And poor Theodore, no matter how good he is at the thing, can't succeed. So, you're going to take 5 sanity damage. You're going to lose 5 points of sanity, and you are going to become temporarily insane. But inside your mind, you're going to see a vision. You're going to see a master leaving his house, and the servants taking over. The servants just kind of, they start out while he's gone, just continuing to take care of the place. But over time, they start treating it as though it's their own. They're living, like they're sleeping in the master's chambers. They're eating his best food. They're drinking his best wine. They're wearing his clothing. You see these servants behaving completely above their station. And you find yourself growing more and more offended. And determined to ensure that the master returns and takes back what belongs to him, and punishes his servants for acting above their station. This is going to be like, you're a little bit catatonic for the time being. You kind of slump in their arms and you are lost in this vision in your own mind.
Do things seem modern, or
it's not in those terms. This
No.
is like listening to the preacher tell you a parable.
okay?
And then James.
Alright.
He's going to turn to you and do the same thing.
I'm gonna try and do the same, even though I don't have the Ankh and that, I'm gonna do the same, like, hand movements.
Okay. Is that you trying to combat it, or is that you giving into his religion here?
I'm trying to, I guess, kind of mimic it. Not trying to go into it, but I guess trying to kind of, like, combat it in a way.
Okay. Go ahead and make your POW check.
It did the opposite effect. It did the opposite effect.
Okay, well, uh, yeah, he is going to. When you do that, it does throw him off a little bit. He pauses to see you mimicking his motions, but then he goes ahead and he continues to chant, and you're going to have the same experience. Lose 5 sanity, temporarily insane, and you have this vision of the master leaving his house, the servants just behaving irresponsibly, and you feel a deep sense of injustice at the way this is playing out. And sometime later, either one of you is going to be certain how long, you're going to wake up back in your cells.
You want to do the sanity thing for me?
Okay. This was your bout of madness, though, so I'm going to take it back off of both of you.
Okay.
It is. You don't have a good sense of how much time has passed, but you feel like it is a good while later. Each of you has a tray with some food in the cell with you. It has gone cold at this point. There's some soup, a chunk of bread, a glass of water.
Is there a spoon?
No.
I'm taking it's just broth, or is it? What kind of soup is it?
There's some vegetables in it.
Is there a fork?
No utensils.
No, there's silverwares.
They're aware of the existence of shivs.
Is it what kind of? I assume it's a.
I'm going to make sure I still have my butterfly knife.
No, you don't.
Nah! I should have hid it in the cell somewhere.
What kind of bowl is it?
It's a pottery bowl. It's a clay bowl.
I can work with that.
Okay. Also, this is going to be a minor thing, but both of you can go ahead and make a spot hidden roll.
Ooh.
All right, so you'll both have seen it. In amongst all of the more alarming and interesting things hanging on the wall, you did see a hook with a ring of keys in the study room.
All right.
But when you come back to yourselves, that vision is not that sense of offense is not a permanent state of being. You don't forever feel offended that the master was sinned against, but the memory doesn't leave you. You remember feeling that way. It's going to be in the back of your mind for a while at least.
I hate that feeling. It's like reading those books.
It is a very similar feeling.
I hated that they did that to me. To my place. I'm implying that I'm the master, by the way. I'm just out there.
I'm gonna go sit down and start eating the food.
What's that?
Was that you doing a bit of a joke there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
The other two down here are pointedly ignoring you. You both get the feeling that you may have raved some disturbing things during your bout of madness.
Would a cult be applicable to what I've seen, or any myths or legends about this?
It might give you something.
Okay. You know what? I have 50 in it. But, like, it doesn't matter because I can't roll anything.
Not for poor Theodore, it
You
doesn't.
can't roll for shit with Theodore. Oh. Yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna be quiet and just eat my food.
Alright.
And just maybe go and just say sorry if we did anything weird to the other like cells.
Jean is going to say, we have all done it.
Wonder if any of you guys surprised Gavigal at all,
I'm sorry.
even if it was for
done
a
what?
second. Surprised him.
I don't
He
know
seemed,
what surprising him would do.
Well, it didn't do much, but it gave me a little bit of time to look around.
And here you
Found
are.
the keys. The question is, how do I get to them?
Yes. Oui, it is.
Is there are the I've never thought about this,
Mhm.
but how exactly are the
hinges?
the hinges on the cell itself? How
So they are rods of iron driven through what the hell are they called? Well, I guess through hinges. And then bent
so
on
like
both
normal
ends.
door hinges?
Yeah, but with a large rod of iron as the pin.
Give me 1 second. All right.
What kind of plan are you cooking in that head of yours?
So, can I like try to put my hand on it, right?
Yeah, no
I'm just
problem.
gonna start tapping on it, and I would like to try to use telekinesis to try to loosen or to force it out.
You would need to straighten out the iron rod.
Oh, okay. So it's not like
through and then bent on both ends.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. How are you gonna deal with that?
Let's see.
Hmm. Well, Conrad, why are you here, bud? Why are you here? What did you do?
Oh God, if I only knew. I think I just walked in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm an insurance salesman. And I didn't know what all these people with robes were doing there, but they grabbed me and now I'm here.
Hey, it's gonna be all right, Conrad. We're gonna all get out of here. Okay.
So, time is going to go by.
I'm gonna continuously work at the door.
Okay. How are you working at it? What are you trying to do?
kick it.
Okay. It's loud. Eventually, it might even start grating on your own nerves, but that doesn't mean you have to stop.
I'll stop at some point when Frenchie gets real angry. I'm like, hey, you can try at your door too. What's it gonna do? No one's gonna stop. No one stopped us yet.
That is because it is pointless.
You don't know if it's pointless until you try.
He stands up. He shakes his bars hard enough that you can hear the sound reverberating through the entire dungeon. A bit of dust falls from the ceiling, and that's the extent of it.
I think he's making more progress than you are.
I think so too. You should keep at it, Frenchie.
He says something.
Although it
vulgar
is
in
a bit
French
loud and
as he sits
annoying.
down. And the day's gonna go by like that. You can keep doing little things like that. You can. I'm going to say that you are like he's gonna keep acting annoyed, but you are like growing on him a bit.
I might be an ass, but I'm a hopeful ass.
That's right. But as you're guessing, evening is coming on again because you've just been down here forever, and there's no way to mark the time really. Cultists are going to show up in robes again, and they're going to open up Conrad's cage, and they're going to grab him by the arms and take him out of here.
Do they have anything on their person, or just the robes?
I believe the clubs.
Yeah, they're carrying clubs.
Very, very crude weapons, but still does the job.
Do they all have a set of keys, or just one?
Just the one.
I think it's the little hook that they go and place it on.
Then, after Conrad is dragged off, they're going to come back with a hood. They're going to tell you to put it on, Theodore.
Okay.
Okay? After you put the hood on, you hear your cell door open up. They grab you, tie your arms behind your back, and they lead you out. You go back up that long flight of stairs, and
We'll see you soon, Theodore.
See you soon, bud.
the sounds around you change. It's apparently nighttime in the countryside. You walk for some distance over grass, some fallen leaves and sticks, until you're walking on a hard surface again. You put back up against something that seems to be large and made out of stone. You're tied to it. Back in the cellar, James. You get the same treatment. They come down with a hood and tell you to put it on.
I was joking. I didn't think I was going to go and see him soon.
They are humorless.
As I'm putting on the hood, I'll go and ask, so what's the occasion?
You're going to learn about the master.
Alright.
Just as with Theodore, you go up the stairs, out along what seems to be a forest path, and you are tied up against a large stone object.
I'm going to scan and see if I can find Theodore.
Well, you both still have the hoods on just for the moment. And I'm going to move us.
Oh, it's like a bag over the head. Okay. Never
yes,
mind.
yes.
I
Oh,
thought it
I
was
thought-
like,
Apparently, I did not make that clear at all.
no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
that's why I
me.
was so
I
willingly to
missed.
put it on. Honestly.
But after you're both tied up against this large, when they pull the hoods off, you see that it's a large stele, but like it's just a big big stone pillar. And you are surrounded. Now this is a set scene. There are probably about half as many people here as you can see on this scene.
Oh.
But yeah, they have you tied up against this large stone pillar. They are surrounding you. Many of them hold blue torches, and they're chanting.
Can I make out what they're chanting?
It's similar, not the same, but similar to what Gavigan was saying in the cellar, and not that different from what you might hear in church. He's clearly not directed to any sort of merciful god, but they are praising the creator of the universe, telling him that they're honoring him with the sacrifice, that they invite him to come and see what they've brought for him, and that they're working to hasten his return. Conrad is here. He is tied against the pillar between.
He's to
You're
my
on
left.
different sides. He never got a hood. They just dragged him out here.
Conrad, how far away?
I'm sorry?
Conrad, how far away from the cellars?
I don't know. Maybe a mile?
Shit.
You can also... You're not exactly on the beach, but you can hear the ocean somewhere not that far distant.
Hey, Theodore.
What's up?
This is one of those times I wish your father was here.
I think you could take them on.
Maybe not take them on, but at least get us out of here. He's good at, succeeding under pressure.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like any of them either. They're all kind of weird. Do I see anyone trying to lead this? Do I see...
You do. You see two figures in robes. One of them clearly Gavigan. The other one staying a little farther back. And despite wearing robes, this one looks more like a woman. They both have those scepters. Seem to be, well, he said that it was a symbol of his priesthood, and that seems to be the same for both of them. But Gavigan is clearly the lead priest here.
Do I see any weapons?
Clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are not just like D&D clubs. These are carved with sigils and runes. They are clearly a object of religious devotion.
Are there any...
Kind of like a...
Are they in the hand or like on the side?
So most of the cultists are holding them in their hands. Gavigan and the other priest have them in a kind of not quite a holster, but kind of a loop hanging from the belt on their robes.
Okay.
This is going to go on for a couple of hours. It is terrifying to begin with. After a while, it becomes a little galling. You're not going to fall asleep anytime soon. It's too stressful for that. But it's not. After a while, it's more like what, like. It's too much. It's too much to really keep you terrified the whole time. James, you're going to understand pretty much everything that they say. They offer prayers to the Black Pharaoh.
I'm going to, in a way, kind of translate and say this is kind of what they've been saying for the last hour and a half. They're offering their prayers to the Black Pharaoh.
They're going to each, like, he and the woman are going to trade off telling some stories about the Pharaoh's rule. Then, at the climax, Gavigan is going to put his scepters down on a velvet pillow that one of his followers is holding. And he's going to take his club. And he's going to come over and, in religious ecstasy, he's going to hit Conrad.
Before, like, I see his intent. Can I try to use one of the scepters on the velvet thing to just whack this man behind the head?
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely a thing you can do with telekinesis. Let's see. You need to make a combined telekinesis and throw roll and spend 1 magic point.
I
So
assume
you can pretty much just roll whichever the lower one is.
they're both 75.
Okay.
You
What
can spend
in
that
the
1
hell?
point. You
What
can
the
spend
hell?
the 1 point. You
That's
have the 1 point.
amazing.
You totally have the 1 point.
I'm gonna spend it.
You can't.
You totally
but
have the
isn't
one
it
love.
funnier if it continues to just screw you over?
I need this, Andrew. I need this. This is the
I
third
can't
time.
believe you keep failing.
And I don't want this man to die.
All right. So if you want to spend your luck point, you can.
I am.
You can click on the 76 and it'll
Oh.
give you the option to do that. All right. Roll a d4. Yeah, so it strikes Gavigan in the back of the head for 2 points of damage. And the scepter, like, it comes spinning through the air, whacks him, then falls on the ground, and you see it splinter a bit against the stone. And he...
I'm gonna look at Gavigan and say, "What just happened?"
Yeah, he's gonna... He doesn't know. He doesn't respond to you, he doesn't look at you, but he's, like, looking around, clearly surprised.
You okay there, Gavigan?
And unnerved. And the woman is going to take advantage of this moment.
Is she gonna step forward now?
Yes.
Okay, there's 2 of them there, so I'm gonna spend
Yes.
another point of magic.
Okay.
Hold on. What is she trying to? What is she trying to do? What does it look like
She-
she's trying to do?
She shoves past him. Like, it looks like she is going to play this as God has decided he's not worthy.
All right,
Okay,
telekinesis.
do your thing. Come on. You absolutely succeeded for what? You just had to spend the luck.
All right, roll your d4. All right, you whack her as well.
Gavigan, I don't think your god appreciates this. What's happening?
I'm gonna look up and say,
Yeah,
"Are
they
you here?"
They are both extremely confused, looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. you're calling out what's happening. Do you have anything else you want to do to try to take advantage of this?
Give me 1 second. I gotta really compound my thoughts here.
Okay, Terry can take a shot at it too.
I'm wondering if I should start kind of chanting like they did. Kind of seemed like it instead kind of worked.
Yeah, so most of the people here haven't seen, like, a few people around them saw this happen, but most of the crowd can't see it. They're just kind of, you can see them starting to confuse, look around, try to figure out why everything is stopping.
I got it. I'm gonna seize the descent. I'm gonna shout, "Are you sure you are the chosen ones? You seem to not know anything."
And I'm gonna start chanting that.
All right.
I'm gonna start chanting the same thing.
Travis, what should we do here? I'm wondering.
Fast talk.
I think fast talk
Charm.
is probably the most appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna roll this good at all. Hey!
All right. So yeah, you can see it. Like there are whispers going through the crowd now, and Gavigan and the woman are going to stop. They're going to look at each other, and there's a sense of agreement going between them. That, like, this is spiraling a little bit out of control. They're going to stop struggling with each other for the moment. And they begin chanting something again, but this time not in Egyptian.
I'm
gonna.
I got something. Okay. So they're both holding an instrument, right?
They're both holding clubs.
They're right now in clubs.
Can I try to get one to hit the other?
That's gonna be... How about we have you roll your telekinesis against Gavigan's strength?
Oh, I was gonna say the woman.
Well, let me see.
Actually, I would prefer that, as she doesn't seem to be particularly in control of the situation. He seemed to be taking the head point on this. Given that, I'm trying to sow some civil disagreement, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I've spent 2. How is there any days that passed so far?
This is the second night.
Okay, so I'm down to 17. Spend another one, and I'm rolling telekinesis, right?
Yep. And he's gonna roll the strength. Okay. Yeah. You're going to jerk his arm up, and he's gonna whack her in the face with the club.
I'm gonna continue chanting while now looking at them.
I'm going to continue taunting them that they know nothing of their true god.
Okay.
This is not where I intended this at all to go, but these ideals have been seeded in my brain, and I just have to have this happen.
See, if you weren't gonna do that, I was gonna go and try and use insane language to try and mimic how they're talking, their language, and start chanting in that.
Well, you're going to hear a strange noise out of the sky. It sounds like a combination of thunder and like a serpent's hiss. And
is everybody else quieting down?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna quiet down as well.
You look up and you see some of the stars disappear for a moment, as though there's something with enormous wings up in the air. And then, on top of the large stone pillar you're all tied to, big, black, snaky-looking thing with wings comes down out of the sky. It grips onto the pillar with all four of its legs, and it looks around, and it's going to reach down and eat Conrad.
Is this... I'm trying to save this man.
No,
Things aren't going as clearly as I want.
It's not gonna happen.
Telekinesis does give me one option for this.
You're gonna make a shield?
I'm gonna try to shield him. Yes.
Alright. Let me see. Used to defend against physical attacks. Succeed in a telekinesis roll and spend a magic point to gain 1 point of armor.
Isn't it depending on how much I want to spend?
Yes, up 10 points for 10 armor and so on.
Okay. It's still gonna attack him in the next turn.
Well, we're not in turns right now.
No, we're not. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're kind of a climax here.
How are those two that have whacked it, one whacked the other looking?
Well, she is on the ground and bleeding, and I will tell you more about her in just a moment. He is disregarding her and gazing in rapturous glory at this weird serpent.
I'm gonna have to. I just gotta let this play out.
All right. And then the serpent eats Conrad. Let me turn that off, and I'm going to target the both of you for the sanity.
Said I rolled. There we go.
Why am I perfectly fine?
Wait.
I'm not sure you are. Okay.
What?
I don't understand. Did I roll?
I don't see a roll from you, but you can just go ahead and roll your sanity. I can give you the damage if necessary.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll a D100.
You can just roll it by clicking on your sanity.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh, well, you can also do it from the chat. I've got a sanity check button up there.
Sorry, I've been using chat. Let's see if I can't do this.
You got it.
You're both fine with this. Like, this is okay. I don't know what that says about you as people.
I'm not okay with this, but I'm not going crazy. I've kind of seen worse.
But the serpent bites down on Conrad. You can hear him screaming for just a moment, and then it's cut off. It swallows him, and then leaps off of the stone and flies off into the sky again. You can see Gavigan just in glory, watching it leave. And down on the ground, the woman that he knocked over, her hood has fallen back from her face, and you can see this is Zara Shafik. This is the woman who runs the spice shop.
Is she just knocked out?
She's on the ground. She's not knocked out.
God.
And that's where we're going to cut off for today.
I want to see the outcome of what just happened with what I started.
You've walked into.
We'll find out next week.
Yeah. So I feel like this went pretty well
Yeah.
with just the two of you. You did a good job.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling about her.
Is it because she cast a spell on Victor?
No, it was because of all. It was more that didn't help, but it was mainly the fact of all those people forcing us in or back into the shop,
Yeah.
or at least me back into the shop.
So, I'm not saying this because I'm going to be mad about it or anything, but I have a feeling that Joey and Bri are probably not going to actually watch this episode. So, the two of you, no telling them when they're
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Are you joking?
Oh, they weren't here.
I had a lot of fun with you two. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
It was great.
I was going mad trying to figure out what I could do to undermine everything, and like I finally got a chance to, so I'm happy.
I mean, yeah, you definitely affected it. Like you couldn't just take over the cult right there or anything, but you had an effect.
Oh, I know he's not gonna know, or he doesn't care what he just did.
No, but she will.
Oh yeah.
She already wants him dead. Now it's only grown. He will die.
So, do either of you have anything to say before we go off the air here?
If you don't first succeed, try again.
You did finally get telekinesis to work.
I did.
High five.
I did.
After how many attempts? I mean, at least it only took you to spend the one luck, and then after that, you succeeded right after again.
Yep.
The best part is nobody actually knows what happened.
Yeah, you've got to figure it
No,
out. Man.
I
You know how to-
don't.
Yeah, this is not a thing that they're familiar with.
I'm not even familiar with it. I didn't even know you had this.
I'm not sure Victor's familiar with it. I'm not sure he'd be okay with it.
I think it's one of those things where we don't talk about this. Ever.
It's a Theodore and Theodore only ability. No one is allowed to know. Well, maybe James, since he witnessed it. Except for at the same time he didn't.
Yeah, you probably don't know why the hell that just happened.
If it keeps happening with Theodore, I might start questioning him.
All right, thank you very much. And I'm going to take us off the air now.
All right.